Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Curl Beyond the Truck podcast, bringing you this episode. Want to say we love you, appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in all the time, and hope you enjoy. We got some great things coming up this week. I'm going to remind you later in the week. We got Gene Anderson, Bo Mosley going to join me, or I'm going to join them, I should say, on the TCA. We have a podcast with them, and I know that it's out there. I'll get the exact details. I'll put it in our show notes, but you'll find it in our socials. And we have the Rantoul Truck Show coming up, starting on Friday, coming up July 24th, going Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Rantoul, Illinois, taking over the tarmac. Pride Truck Wash doing that. Jay, can't wait to see you, brother. We love you. We appreciate you. And all you coming in with the trucks, the vendors, the people, will be there with you. Today, I want to come at you and talk to you about your connection, your community, your proximity. You know, I talk about this a lot. It's very powerful. Your proximity is very powerful. You and the 5 people around you, you 6 become the sum of one identity. I'm telling you, you have to audit that internal circle, that proximity, that powerful circle. Some days you'll have to remove some people. You have to let new ones in. It's important we do that because it has been proven. If you were to take one person, pull that one positive person out of that proximity and inject it with one negative, you will cut production 40%. Now think about it. Think about, you know where you can go, and there's that one negative person. Now, I'm going to remind you, to be negative or positive is just a choice. It's your choice. What you want to be, positive or negative. Negativity is draining. Positivity is powerful. It creates energy. But think about it. When you get around that person or you're in that environment, you can just feel it dragging you down. It's like dragging an anchor, isn't it? But you know, it made me think of this the other day, and it come back to me, the Belgian horses. Them huge horses you see when you go to the truck pulls or the fairs. I don't know. They stand like 16, 18 hands tall, whatever that is. They're massive animals. Massive animals. They were brought over in the 1800s. They were brought over to do the work because they're just massive animals. But you know, the funny thing about that animal is that one animal, that horse, can pull 8,000 to 10,000 pounds by itself. One animal. And here's the power of your proximity. Now you would think doubling them horses would be 16 to 20. But if you were to double them horses, they can pull over 24,000 pounds. Isn't that crazy? Just by the proximity, working together, the connection, the community. And you know what else they said? The scientific studies show on them animals, that if them animals were together all their lives, that 24,000 pounds could be as much as 32,000. Being around the proximity that long, understanding the behaviors, creating the unity, the teamwork, the connection. Think about it. Think about that in your own life. Yeah. Well, who's in your corner? Who's in your circle? Are they pulling their weight? Are you pulling their weight? Are they negative? Are they positive? I know it hurts. I've had some tough conversations removing people out of my proximity. You know, I can think of one guy off the top of my head. It hurt. He was a very good friend. But guess what? He's back in there too. I knew I had to separate myself. You are the only one that can look out for you. No one else. If you don't know what you want to be, how do you expect anybody else to help you become what you want to be? That is internal. Just like the horses. as we work as a team, as you work as a family. In your company, you have the driver, the dispatcher, the safety, the tank wash, the shop, the parts. Look at the weight they're carrying. It's the same in your house. Leadership, father, mother, children. I'm telling you, I want you to be the example, be the positive one in your life. It's the force that you're creating. What force are you creating? When you believe, you achieve. Now, I don't think you're no Belgian horse, and I don't think you're going to be pulling a sled. But I know one thing. You're going to pull the heavy weight down the road today. And you're going to be influenced by whatever you decide to turn on. This podcast, some other podcast, that CB radio, you're going to let somebody in your mind. But I want to remind you, this is about the culture that you create, that you allow. You allow it in your life. It's your choice. What do you think them horses would do if they didn't get along? I'll bet you couldn't even get hooked to the sled. They'd be out of control. Just like your life would be out of control. Your job, your company, your leadership, maybe your family. And I hope not. But I'm telling you, you accomplish much more together. God created us for community and connection. But that community and connection becomes very, very careful. You have to be very careful. You know the ones that you probably need to cut. What are you afraid of? The ones that are holding you back? Think about that. The time that you were succeeded, or you really had your heart set on a dream, you wanted to do something, and how many people told you you're crazy, you're nuts? You know, they told me, Trey, what the hell are you doing? Starting a beyond the truck shit at the age of 62. What are you wasting your money for? Well, you know, success in my life without connection and impact is failure. I told you that the other day. I'll be a loser. When I get to heaven, I want to know I did everything. What am I going to take with me? I know one thing. Great leaders have a responsibility to create great leaders. Maybe I am crazy. I could take the money and just shove it in my 401k or whatever. But you know what? This industry is in dire need. Investments companies come in and they made it profit over a profession. And I want to turn it back. So I keep my proximity very tight. I want the horsepower behind me. Just like them Belgian horses, the horsepower in your hood, you want all you can, right? So do I. So I keep the people around me that are very strong, lifting me up, telling me, they're not telling me I'm crazy. They're telling me, get going, you're not doing enough. The ones that are holding you back are not in your corner. The ones that are lifting you up, pushing you forward, hell yeah, you need more of them in there. You're going to be your best cheerleader. It's nobody else's job to be the cheerleader. And you think, what the hell the horses got to do with this? It is because, guess what? If you can do this much on your own with one or two people, what the hell can you do with 5 or 6 people? I tell you often, you impact one person every day. When was the last time you reached out to 3 people in a day and asked how they're doing to change their day? These are all things that become very powerful. Our numbers, our strength, our accomplishments, our greatness are not found in an individual power. It's found in community. It's found in connection. Why do you listen to this? Why do you think I do what I do? It creates culture. That culture is the living, breathing essence of what you believe, what you do, what you tolerate. Nothing trumps the culture. Talent doesn't. You can have the most talented team in any sport. I don't care what it is. Any sport, you can have the most talented team and players. But if they don't play as a team, they'll never win. And that defines their culture. I don't care what it is. Culture is king. Talent is very necessary. Community is very, very necessary. The right community is the right ticket there. So when you're calling them people and they're negative and they're just draining you, why? Why? Now, I'm not saying you turn your back on them. We have an obligation as people to help them out and try to pull them out of the trenches. We've all been there. But what we believe will come true. What we believe on the inside but comes true on the outside. We have to hold one another up. I get that. But we don't have to let them in our minds and hold us back. That's where many of us fail. We let them in. And we let them become residents there. We give them space. We let them live there free. And that's wrong. So just like that single horse, you have plenty of horsepower yourself. When you get committed and you get connected to the right person, the right proximity, look at what you can do. I promise you, you can do great things. Now remember, the circumstances you can't control, but your response to every single one of them is 100% up to you. And positivity will always take you farther. Always. You start paying attention to who's in your circle, who you're harnessed to that sled with. Because guess what? You'll be pulling more of the weight than them. You want somebody that's capable to pull the weight with you. That way, when times are tough, the heavy lifting isn't so heavy. They'll be pulling half the weight. And on the good days, the joy is twice as much. That's who you know. That's when you know you're in the right proximity circle. And don't be afraid to remove somebody and replace them. It's necessary. Sometimes you got to prune the branches, don't you? It'll grow back. Yeah, it will. Their place in life is not your responsibility, it's theirs. Your place in life is your responsibility, not theirs. I'm Jerry Curl. I hope this message finds you well today. Well, regardless of where you're at on the road, that journey you're on today is 100% up to you. We love you. We appreciate you. Keep tuning in.